shot. What a save! Diving his way inside. Strong boot. It's a goal! Towards the far post. Goal!
And another block.
It's going to be a great finish. 1-1 headed in on the corner.
There's a shot to score. Patience, and the shot goes through.
Trickles through for a goal. And they're going back to the NCAA tournament.
Welcome inside the Wesley Brown Fieldhouse here in Annapolis for a huge Patriot League volleyball matchup. As always, the marquee says it all. It's Army and Navy at stake, third place in the Patriot League here tonight behind the leaders Colgate and American. We'll have the opening service coming up from Annapolis in a moment on Stadium. And welcome back to the Wesley Brown Fieldhouse. Pete Medhurst with you. It is packed in here and they are still coming in as Army and Navy get set to get ready. A lot of mids making their way over. Navy, as we called the action less than an hour ago, just beat Tulane in football. Bijan Nichols with a field goal from 48 yards away as time ran out. Navy winning at 41-38 to become bowl eligible. 6-1 now on the campaign. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First for the visitors from West Point, Nikki Lum, one of the outstanding setters. 359 assists coming in for the Black Knights, alongside Allie Strong, Courtney Horace, Emmy Barnhorst, Monica Eckford, Sydney Morris, and Anna Ogilvie. For the Navy midshipmen, mids, of course, sat some players last night. Amanda Montag did not play in the three-set win over Holy Cross. She is back in the lineup today. Maddie Scatani, Paige Miles, Avery Stoll, Melissa Carter, Sophia Ruby, and Emily Solis for the mids, who will wear the navy blue jerseys with the white numbers. West Point will wear the black jerseys. So we will certainly do our best to continue to show you which team is on which side, as both wear the dark uniforms here this evening at the Wesley Brown Fieldhouse. Ones to watch certainly for Army. Emmy Barnhorst coming off of a Patriot League Player of the Week performance, 184 kills on the year. Courtney Horace with 187. Sydney Morris with 193. Barnhorst, the top blocker, with 78 on the squad. Midshipmen, who come in with a record of 10-9 overall. Brutal schedule in September that included the likes of Alabama, UC Santa Barbara, number 24 Michigan. Trip to West Virginia, losing in 5 sets to both Duquesne and West Virginia, starting Patriot League play with a 5-set loss at Army, 17-15 in that 5th set. And since then, the mids have won 5 of 7. So third place all by themselves on the line here tonight. The loser goes to 4 losses in the loss column. American knocked off Colgate earlier today, 3-0. That pulls American into a first place tie with Colgate. Both teams are now 9-1 in the Patriot League. The Army win tonight would make them 7-3 in the league. If the mids win, it'll make them 6-3. Lehigh a winner today. They will play Lafayette coming up tomorrow. Lehigh 5-4. Loyola winner over Holy Cross today. They're now 4-6. As you're watching it on your stadium.com screen, the mids are on the right. West Point is on the left. Navy with the white numbers. West Point with the numbers in Vegas gold. Certainly from a contrast standpoint, at least the numbers stick out for both sides here. So we get set to go. Emily Solis is libero for the mids in the back row here in the white jersey. Anna Ogilvie for the Black Knights wearing the white jersey on her side. So we get set, best of 5. Rally scoring to 25, and you must win by 2. It'll be the Black Knights to get us started. Allie Strong, the senior out of Overland Park, Kansas, in front of a packed house here at Wesley Brown. We are all set to go, and we are underway. In the middle, and it's going to be out. Sophia Ruby from the middle for the mids, hitting it out. And the Black Knights jump on top, 1-0. The outside, good block at the net by the Black Knights. It's the outside again, off the deflection. Kept in play by Army. Good scramble here by the Black Knights. In the middle, great block at the net by Monica Eckford. Her 65th block of the season for Army. And the Black Knights with an early 2-point rally for a 2-0 start here in Annapolis. Strong continues to serve. Hits the net. Solis digs it out for Navy. Another block by Eckford, and that one is out. Eckford got the hand on it to block it, but the deflection and the power of it goes over the sideline. Navy gets the point, side out to the mids. Sophia Ruby, the senior out of Austin, Texas, to serve. Play up in the net, deep to the corner, and it's going to go out. Navy with the attack error, and Army leads it by a count of 3-1, side out to the Black Knights. Anna Ogilvy, the junior out of Hawaii. Solis is there. Scatani. Beautifully done by Maddie Scatani. Playing with the ankle brace on her right ankle. Did not play last Saturday at Colgate. Gets the job done here for the mids to bring them to the one at 3-2. Solis to serve for Navy. Scramble by the mids to get to the dink. That's going to be off the block. Out of bounds to Army on the side out. And a point for the Black Knights. They lead it 4-2. Barnhorst with the kill. Backside for the mids. And a pounder from the outside. Avery Stoll bringing the thunder for the mids to get the side out right back and make it 4-3. Good low line drive serve. And an ace for the mids. Avery Stoll with the service ace after her big kill, and it's 4-4 here in set number 1. And another service ace for Stoll. So Stoll came in with 14 service aces on the year, 2 here to give Navy a 5-4 lead. Ogilvy digs that one out. And then a miscommunication. Attack error by the Black Knights. That time, Ogilvy and Strong ran into each other. 6-4, Navy on a 4-point run. Stoll down the line. Good block at the net by Scatani. Army scrambles to keep it in play. That has to go over, and it does. Good play by Ogilvy. Back set, off the net. Off the deflection, Ogilvy. To the outside, Eckford. Got it to the back corner. Courtney Horace with the shot to the back corner, excuse me. Side out to the Black Knights. 6-5, the Navy lead here in set number 1. Substitution here. Horace goes out. Sailor Butters is in. Good dink. Mids ready for it. Scatani to the back line. Butters keeps it alive. Solis is there for the mids. Outside Scatani. The block at the net by the mids for Miles. To the outside off the Miles deflection. Solis keeps it alive. Scatani got it to the far side. Terrific scramble by both sides. And Scatani with the final say on that point. 7-5 midshipmen. Great back set, and it's out. Just over the line on the attack there by the Black Knights. 8-5 the Navy lead after the Black Knights jumped out quickly 4-2. Scatani on the serve for the Mids. The outside, off the deflection. Nicely done by Ali Strong. Side out to the Black Knights and an 8-6 Navy lead. It'll be Barnhorst to serve for Army. Down the line, Scatani is there. To the outside, off the deflection. Oh, Butters keeps it alive. What a great play by Butters for Army. And a block at the net. Into the net. Melissa Carter was there for the Mids. The attack error, side out to Navy, and it's a 9-6 midshipman lead. Taylor Gray to serve here for the midshipmen. Scatani is there. Two-hand bump into the air. To the far side. Powerful shot. Holy cow. Off the deflection, Amanda Montag rose high and brought the thunder. 10-6. The Navy lead by 4. Back set from the back line. Beautifully done by the Black Knights. Sydney Morris with a beautiful left-handed kill from the back line to the far corner. And it's 10-7 Navy and a side out to Army. Presley to serve. Oh, taken at the net. How about that left-hander by Paige Miles? Paige Miles with the surprise attack. Great change of tactic there to give Navy an 11-7 lead. Watching Paco Labrador, the Navy coach, on the far side. Good line drive serve here. Solis with a nice dig. To the outside for Montag, to the far corner. Ogilvy got it somehow. Kept in play by the Black Knights. Butters gets it over. Back set, dink down the line. Ogilvy is there. Back set here for Strong, off the heel of the hand. Miles. Oh, what a shot. Short service. And Sophia Ruby says, I'll take that one. 12-7, Navy and Army timeout. The Mids started out slowly, but they've got it rolling right now. Navy has scored 12 of the last 14 points, or 15 points rather. 12-7 Navy. We're back in a moment on Stadium. Mids 7 of 17 on attack so far. Black Knights 5 of 17. Navy with a pair of service aces. Miles into the air with a left-handed jump serve. And a whistle. Double hit called against the Black Knights on the set by Lum. Miles to serve for the Mids, leading at 13-7. Again, Navy continues to pound that line. Strong block at the net. Rising high, Sophia Ruby. Stamping that envelope, return to sender. It's a 14-7 Navy lead. Lum, back set. And the beautiful dink that time by Eckford. Sometimes you don't have to play the power game. Eckford with great finesse at the net that time for Army to stop the Navy run, get the side out, make it a 14-8 game. Eckford's second kill of the match in 3 total attempts. Miles to the front row, off the deflection. Lum comes to set. Short ball for Eckford. And at the net, it's going to be Black Knights. Comes down on the Navy side. Eckford gets the kill again. So Monica Eckford coming up large here for Army when they need it the most. as Navy had run out to a 14-7 lead. Strong with the serve. Miles, back set for Montag. Bang, right down the line. Side out to Navy in a 15-9 lead. Ooh, look at that. Monica Eckford coming right down the middle. She subs out. Barnhorst back in. Big three-point rally, though, out of the last four from Monica Eckford for Army. Miles, back set, Montag off the block. Ogilvy saves. Mids wanted double hit, didn't get it. Montag, bang! No double hit on that one. Cross-court winner by Amanda Montag to make it 16-10. Ruby out and Carter in. Montag and Eckford lead each side with 4 kills so far in the match. Eckford 4 of 5, Montag 4 of 6. Good deep serve, Ogilvy there. Lum sets, far side, bang! Courtney Horace coming from the outside to knock it down for the Black Knights to make it a 16-11 lead for Navy. Sydney Morris to serve for the Black Knights. Right down the middle. Miles, short ball, Carter. Wasn't the most effectively hit ball, but finds the right spot. 17-11, the Navy lead here in set number 1. Best of 5 here in the Patriot League. Their battle for third place. Stoll to serve for the Mids. Good line drive there. From the middle, Barnhurst. Miles back sets for Carter. It's in to the far corner. Paco Labrador quickly up for a word here. Same thing by Alma Lee. Her 13th year at Army. Paco in his 2nd year here at Navy. Back set. Barnhorst finds the cavity on the far side. Barnhorst with her 2nd kill of the match. Side out to the Black Knights at 18-12. Navy with the advantage. Butters back in here to serve. Freshman out of Notre Dame Prep in Arizona. That's a double hitting on the Mids. 18-13. The Navy lead is 5. Butters. Again, right down the middle. Solis is there. Miles to the outside. Scatani. Maddie, one of the top hitters in the Patriot League, continuing to plow through despite the right ankle soreness. Wipe up the wet spot on the floor there on the far side. 19-13, the Navy advantage here in set number 1. Scatani will serve. Navy in the right-hand portion of the court. West Point on the left side. Both teams wearing the dark-colored jerseys here tonight. Mids, of course, in the Navy blue and Army in that traditional black. And again, the Mids continue to pound that far sideline. Barnhorst. Deflection. Scatani saves for Navy. That's got to go over, and Solis does the honor. To the outside. Bad set. Strong saved it inside the pole. Nicely done by Strong. Solis with one for Navy. Saved there, but they're not going to get that one. That whole play was made by Allie Strong for Army. A bad set. She somehow saved it from outside the pole back inside. A terrific play to keep the point alive for West Point. They get the side out at 19-14 Navy. Barnhorst serving, and that's long. Service error by the Black Knights. to 14, the Navy lead. Back set. And a great job by Eckford again. Off the block of Navy to the court. Her 5th kill of this first set, leading all players. Miles again with that sneak attack. Instead of setting it, she hits it over. Found the hole in the Army defense to make it 21-15 and a side out for the Miz. Paige Miles to serve. And Army will call its second timeout of this first set. 21-15 Navy. We're back in 60 seconds on Stadium. 21-15, Navy on top here, set number 1 in Annapolis. Paige Miles serving for the midshipmen. We're going to get set number 1. I mean, they are packed into every nook and cranny of this space here at Wesley Brown. Great to see this kind of turnout for supportive volleyball. Lum saves it there. Right down the middle. Sydney Morris gets the kill for the Black Knights, her 3rd of the set. Eckford comes in, check it rather. Horace comes in, and Butters goes out. Strong to serve. It was her hustle a moment ago that kept this rally alive. Army has scored 2 straight. Solis, good diving dig for the mids. Into the middle. Ogilvy is there. Lum to the outside. Cutting across, Miles. Now Solis. At the net, and it's out. Off the block to Navy, 22-16. Montag. Off the block, nicely done by Courtney Horace to make it a 21-17 first set score. Courtney Horace coming in with 187 kills on the year. She's got 3 here tonight. Ogilvy to serve. Solis to the front. Miles to the outside. Scatani can't get it. It goes outside the post. A Navy attack error. Makes it 22-18. Paco Labrador is yet to use either of his timeouts here in this first set. Has them both at his disposal. Good deep serve there. Solis to the front line for Miles. From the outside, look at that. Big one from Avery Stoll, her 4th kill of this first set. Ruby goes out. Carter comes in. 23-18, Navy 2 points away from a set 1 victory. Solis, looping short serve. Nice diving dig by Ogilvy. Morris, the left-hander from the outside. The front row, Miles. In the middle, Carter. Ogilvy, the 2-hand bump. Morris, left-hander. Solis somehow went down and got it. Outside Scatani, blocked by the Black Knights. Solis sets it up. Scatani again, digs it over the front wall. Good diving save. Can they keep it alive? They do. It was Horace who kept it alive. Solis, 2-hand bump to the front for Scatani. To the back. Army plays it. Would have gone out. Strong played it. Back set here for Morris. Into the middle. Mids are there. Miles. Back set. Hit. In. Game point for the Bigs. 24-18. Set point round. Solis to serve. Again, short, and it doesn't get over. Makes it 24-19. A side out back to Sydney Morris and the Black Knights. 6-foot senior out of San Antonio with the left-hander. Miles, back set. And that's going to go outside the post and into the crowd, and Navy wins set number 1 on the Avery Stoll attack. 25-19 here in set number 1 for the Miz. Timeout on the floor. Navy leads it 1-0. Back with more here on Stadium. Team switch sides here for set number 2. Navy now on the left, Army on the right. Navy winning set number 1, 25-19 in a battle for third place here in the Patriot League. 9-1 Colgate and American up top after American defeated the Raiders today in straight sets. And a packed house here at Wesley Brown, and again, packed into every nook and cranny. They're having to move some people back just to keep them out of harm's way, even though they may not necessarily be in the regular portion of the court. There's a possibility that one of the players would have to get to that back line to try and save one here back where the padding is, and they've got to get everybody cleared out of there. Tremendous facility, obviously one of the best indoor track facilities in the entire country. And it doubles as the home of Navy volleyball here. This match always, teams get great support. Mids winners in football today. In case you missed it an hour ago, we were broadcasting that. Navy beat Tulane 41-38. Bijan Nichols from 48 yards as time expired. Black Knights losing to San Jose State today, 34-29. Mids bowl eligible after missing a bowl for just the second time last year in 15 years. Paige Miles to serve to start set number 2 here in Annapolis, and we are underway. Good low line drive. And it's a double hit and a service ace for Paige Miles. First of the match for Paige and the third overall for Navy in the match. Good low line drive just off the top of the tape. Lum, back set. Oh, Morris, nicely done. That ball was set a little low by Lum, and Morris made a nice adjustment while in the air to bring that left-hander down and tie it up at 1. Sydney Morris with her 4th kill of the match. Only Monica Eckford has more with 5. Ogilvy, good low line drive serve down the line. From the back row, nicely done there by Montag. Morris off the deflection, Scatani. Miles tips it back, tipped over by Ruby. Good scramble here by Strong. To the back line, Scatani. To the outside, cross court, Strong waiting on it there. Low line drive set, that's going to go out. Attack error by Army makes it 2-1 Navy and a side out to the Mids here in set number 2. Montag, who's got 4 kills and 2 digs in the match. The low line drive service error, though, gives Army a cheap one. Two. Morris to serve. Scatani cuts in front. Miles, the service back for Stoll. And Morris again, bailing out her teammates from a bad set. Butters, cross court for Strong. Solis to the outside. Here's Scatani down the line. Nicely done by Morris to go down and get it. Here's Strong again, blocked at the net. Mids get it with a shoulder. Oh, nicely done. Just as Paige Miles had done for Navy. This time, Hannah Presley does the same thing for the Black Knights. The quick left-handed flick at the net to make it a 3-2 Army lead. Morris goes down the line. Scatani with the save. To the outside. Scatani's got to get it back inside the pole and does. Good job by Maddie Scatani with the right hand coming back inside the pole. And she keeps it in for the Mids. It's 3-3. Solis to serve. Emily, the libero for the Mids. This time she goes deep after trying to serve it short. Big wind up by Barnhorst, and she gets it just inside the end line. Emily Barnhorst getting the Black Knights again. This is just like set number 1. Barnhorst got the Black Knights off to a good start. They led 4-2. They lead 4-3 here. Side out to the Black Knights. Short serve taken by Montag. To the outside, Scatani cross court. Ogilvy waiting. From the middle. Miles to the outside, Scatani dinks it. Maddie Scatani, who normally brings the power, gets it with the dink. 4-4. With Stoll to serve. Block at the net by Carter for the mid. Navy jumps on top by a count of 5-4. Back-to-back points here by the midshipmen. Stoll to serve. And the big wind up there is going to go out from Barnhorst. Barnhorst now at 3 for 10 hitting in the match. Mids leading 6-4. Stoll goes short, and it goes into the net. So the service error by the Mids. Navy's third of the match. Barnhorst to serve. Solis cuts in front of Montag. Scatani off the block. Saved nicely by Eckford. Scatani dinks it. It's out. It's going to go outside the post. Courtney Horace and Eckford that time keeping it alive for the Black Knights. And it's now 6-6. Set number 2. The Mids won set 1, 25-19. Army on the right side, Navy on the left, both wearing the dark jerseys here tonight. Miles, back set. Carter's blocked at the net by Courtney Horace. Her first block of the night. 7-6 Army as the Black Knights rally back now with 3 in a row. Barnhorst. Pretty much in the middle, from way deep though. Solis bumps it to the front for Scatani. Short ball, blocked at the net. Good job by Monica Eckford for her 6th kill of the match. 8-6 now, Army on top. The Black Knights rally back with 4 in a row here. Barnhorst continues to serve. Miles back set for Carter to the far side. Morris from a knee. Nice flick to the back there by Courtney Horace for her 4th winner of the match. Nine, 6 Black Knights. 5 straight here for Army. The low serve, Solis takes it. Here's Scatani. Off the block, back to the front. Presley got the flick, the ball got part of the net, went over. And again, sometimes you don't have to be great. All you need is a little bit of good fortune, and that time the Black Knights get it. Navy had a little bit of that ball luck in the first set. Navy now watching Army get it here in the second. 6 in a row for the Black Knights. They lead 10-6 back in 60 seconds on Stadium. 10-6, Army by 4. Barnhorst continues the run here. Good low serve. Solis digs it out. Scatani from the outside. Nice job by Morse to go down and get it. Another cross-court effort by Horace. Montag is there. Scatani will go get it. Eckford. The outside here, Scatani for Navy. Presley to the back corner, and she got it again. Great vision by Hannah Presley to see the court, see where the opening was after Navy got scrambling on defense. She went on the attack nicely there. 11-6 Black Knights. They've scored 7 in a row. Barnhorst continues to soar. Solis can't get it. Service ace for the Black Knights. Stoll will sub in. Blacker will go out. Into the middle. And it is in. Melissa Carter with a big, big play for Navy and a much-needed side out. Makes it 12-7 now. Army on top. Black Knights had scored 8 in a row. Scatani to serve. Maddie into the air. And it's a service ace from Maddie Scatoni. Her first service ace of the match. A 12-8 lead now, which was 6, trimmed now to 4. It's the Black Knights lead. To the back. And attack nicely done far side by Monica Eckford. Presley will serve. Miles to the outside, Montag, dug out by Ogilvy. Morris. Miles, far side, and out. Carter with the attack air, 14-8 now the Black Knights. Leading by 6. Miles to the outside, Montag. Boom! Big right-hander from Courtney Horace to make it a 15-8 lead. And Paco Labrador again forced to call a timeout as the Black Knights rolling here in set number 2. 15-8, Army on top. We're back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Army rolling here in set 2, leading at 15-8. Mids won the first set, 25-19. Black Knights with 9 kills in the second set, hitting much better, and now the service error stops the run momentarily. Makes it a 15-9 side out to Navy. Navy just 3 of 21 hitting in this second set. Taylor Gray to serve for Navy. Lum down the middle, and it is in. What an athletic play by Sydney Morris, left-handed, going backwards and hitting to the far side. Tremendous play by the senior out of San Antonio. 16-9 now Army here in set 2. Butters back in to serve here on the sub. Miles, back set. Stoll came from the back line. Lum gets it up for Morris off the deflection, Solis. Miles takes it herself and finds a home on the back line. Stafford Barsey, the assistant coach for Army, the associate head coach, I think he knew where that ball was going. It was almost like he wanted to bring his player right there. Bump to the front, strong off the block, and it'll be side out back to the Black Knights. 17-10 now. Army here in set 2 after Navy won the first set 25-19. Mids, of course, the defending champions in the Patriot League. To the outside, Stoll. Good dig by Butters with the right hand. Strong, just over the front line. Miles is there. Solis to the outside, blocked at the net, but it goes out of bounds off the Montag hit. Side out to Navy. It's a 17-11 score in favor of the Black Knights. Montag to serve here. Good deep serve. Lum, back set for Morris. Good dig by Montag. Here's Scatani. Ogilvy from the back to get it. To the outside, Scatani looking for cross court. Off the deflection, Lum, low ball, blocked at the net by Selbach for Navy in her first appearance of the match. Skatani down the line. Boy, the Black Knights probably shouldn't have played that. Morris off the net. Out of bounds to Navy. They're going to say the ball hit the top of the tape, and now the official on the ground changes the call. Chair umpire went one way. Mid's getting ready to serve. We'll take a look at it. Hard to tell up at the top, but the official is right there on top of the play. Skatani's got a scramble, somehow got it. Mid's got it over. And then that goes out. Wow, what a scramble by Skatani to save that point for the Mids. Maddie went down just below the net to keep that ball in play. Side out the Navy, 18-12. Solis with the Mids down 6 to serve. Shorty, dug out by Ogilvy. Here's Strong. Yes. Allie Strong with her third winner of the match in 16 total attacks. 19-12. Black Knights. Presley back in. Strong to serve. Great atmosphere here in Wesley Brown tonight. Miles to the outside, Skatani rising high. Beautifully done there by Courtney Horace. Her 6th kill of the match. A beautiful right hand hit to make it a 20-12. Army lead by 8. Avery Haydu into the match for the first time for the Mids. Sophomore out of Allen, Texas. Making her first appearance in the match. Strong to serve. She goes short. Mids get there. Miles, back set. Stoll. Presley to the outside. Beautiful dink again. Courtney Horace finding the offense, both with the power and the finesse here in set number 2. (21-12). Army on top. Trying to get this match even at 1 set apiece. And that laser beam goes out of bounds by Strong. Taps herself on the chest, tells her teammate, my bad. Natalie LaPlaca back in. Senior out of Northern High School down in Owings. Beautiful brand new school they just built down there in Calvert County. A new building, not a new school. The school's been there for a while. A new building. Good save, or serve rather. And LaPlaca gets the service ace. Strong went down to get it, could not get underneath of it enough. Natalie LaPlaca gets the service ace for the midshipmen. Navy's 5th of the match. 21-14, Mids on top. Northern, of course, a terrific volleyball power out of Calvert County. Boom, look at Solis go down and get that, but the Mids can't save it. That was a monster hit from Courtney Horace. She's had a heck of a second set for the visitors here tonight. 22-14. Black Knights on top. Solis. And another one. Good block at the net. Horace and Eckford there to deny. And Army 2 points away from a second set victory. Barnhorst to serve. She had an 8-point run earlier this set. Miles, back set, and that's going to go out. Haydu went for the severe angle cross-court winner. Set point for the Black Knights. Here's Skatani. She finds a hole for the Mids to keep them alive here in set number 2. 24-15, the Army lead. Butters goes out. Scatoni will serve here for the mids, trying to keep him in this set. On the line, Morris is there. Back set, and a beautiful shot from Monica Eckford. Her ninth kill of the match gives Army set number 2. Black Knights win it by a count of 25-15. 5-minute intermission is at hand. Teams are tied up at a set apiece. Mids won the first set 25-19. Black Knights back here in set number 2, 25-15. Set number 3 when we return here on Stadium. Welcome back. We're through 2 sets here in Annapolis, and Army and Navy giving you exactly what you would expect. 1-1, but after 2 sets. Packed house here at Wesley Brown. I mean, they can't really put any more people in here without putting them on the court. This is a match probably more suited for Alumni Hall for the size of the crowd here tonight. I mean, they are stacked up here on the upper levels where nobody really has any room to move. They're all on the field that's rolled up behind one end, and the temporary bleachers on the other end. People trying to find a crevice to peek through and watch this match. We're underway set 3. Stoll blocked at the net. Morris and Eckford. Sydney Morris has had a heck of a match for the Black Knights. 6 kills, 8 digs, and now a block to her credit. Army leading it 1-0. Butters serve. Scatoni is there. Back set. Montag's hit is into the net. The Labrador going up for some words of wisdom from Montag and Miles. The serve just off the net. Tapped over by Stoll. Outside for Strong. Off the deflection, Solis. Miles. Cross court, out from Stoll. Tough angle for Avery there. And Paco Labrador going to call a quick timeout. 3-0 Army. Run to start the 3rd set. We're tied at 1 set apiece at Annapolis back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Sailor Butters serving here for the Black Knights, sponsoring a 3-0 run to start this 3rd set. Tied up at 1 set apiece in the middle. Morris blocked at the net. Navy finally finding a solution to the big lefty on the outside for the Black Knights. Ruby getting up that time with Scatoni. Avery Stoll also on that front line, the 3 of them combining for the mids that time to play some defense. Morris with the dink. That time a little fingertip. Gets it right back to the Black Knights. 4-1 on the side out to Army. Wipe up a wet spot on the court. Players giving it all they have, diving everywhere, as is custom in volleyball. Ogilvy to serve. Down the line. And Butters can't return it. Service ace. And Anna Ogilvy. The junior from Hawaii now making it 5-1 in favor of the Black Knights. Second service ace of the match for the Army Black Knights. Miles, back set, blocked at the net, out of bounds. Stoll with her 7th kill of the night to lead all the midshipmen in this match. Monica Eckford has 9, Courtney Horace 8 for the Black Knights to lead all players. 5-2, side out to the mids with Solis to serve. Barnhorst off the block, gets it right back for the Black Knights. 6-2 Army. Here in set number 3. Scatoni into the net. 7-2 Black Knights, continuing the momentum. They established in set number 2 with a 25-15 win. Morris right down the middle. Miles, back set, Stoll. Ogilvy to the front for Strong. The outside, Scatoni. Blocked. Presley. Presley came in with 53 blocks on the year. Super player at the net. She's got 16 assists, 3 kills, or 2 kills and a block. Terrific all-around player in Hannah Presley for the Black Knights. And again, a wet spot on the floor that gets cleaned up here. Presley, the junior out of Tracy, California, and Tracy High. Selbach on for the Mids. Morris, high looping serve. Miles, short ball, Selbach. See Serena get cranked up here. Senior out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Blacka into serve for the Mids. Crowd trying to get the Mids back in at 8-3, Army on top. Strong up in the air. Comes right back to her. Solis. Miles back set, Selbach. Dink. Got it. Oh, they're going to play it. No. You very rarely ever see the official from the end line. He came moving up with the flag. Usually never see him leave that corner. Kind of disruptive in that ball. You could see on the toss that McClacken was going to have a problem. The toss got out in front of her and it was low when she went to hit it. Service error on the Mids. Navy's 4. Strong now to serve for Army. 9-4 Black Knights, set number 3. Good deep serve, Solis is there. Miles back set, Selbach. Good dig there. Scatoni up at the net with Presley. Scatoni again. Got it. Through the block that time. Barnhorst and Presley went up. Maddie Scatoni put it right through the block. 9-5. Mids creep to within 4. Assistant coaches Maddie Fisher and Christina Foltz up. Holding up signals behind the clipboard here for Navy. Scatoni to the back corner, and she gets the service ace. Second of the match for Maddie. Strong chose to let it go. Mids get the service ace. Paco Labrador talking to the official down on the ground. Les Deason, Steve Borinsky are officials tonight. Scatoni to serve here for Navy. Presley to the outside. Cross court, beautiful hit from Courtney Horace. Just what her team needed it the most. Horace rising to the occasion for the Black Knights. Ties Eckford for team and game high honors with 9 kills in the match. Horace an impressive 9 of 15. Eckford an even better 9 of 12. That's going to go down the line and out. Scatoni went right down on a knee to watch it all the way to the ground. And the Mids catch a break there on the service error by the Black Knights. They're 4th. Both teams with 4 service errors in the match. Side out. 10-7. Army on top. Gray on the serve, down the line. Presley, strong in the middle. That's going to go off the block. Maybe let it go. Didn't play it. Goes out. Side out to Army, 11-7. Presley to serve. The outside, Montag. Blocked at the net by Eckford. And that's going to go out. Attack error by Army on the long hit. Side out to Navy, 11-8. Mids getting back a little closer. Mids on a 3-0 scoring run. 11-8 Army. The computer, if you're watching with the live stats, is incorrect. It says 10-9. It's 11-8 Army. Big wind up in the hit from Eckford. Mid scramble, keep it alive. Lum played it. That might have gone out. Morris for the dink. Dug out by Stoll. Montag. And is it off a deflection? Yes. Off the deflection. Goal by Les Deason in the stand. He's looking around at the other officials. 11-9. Maybe has crept back within 2. Miles serves it right into the net. 12-9 the score. That's going to go over, and Strong plays it and puts it home. 13-9 in favor of the Black Knights. Scatoni. Stoll going cross court. Lum backs at Morris off the deflection. And a point for the Black Knights. 14-9 Army, set 3. Tied up at a set apiece. Again, if you're watching on the live stats, those stats are incorrect right now. It's saying 13-10. The outside Stoll. Gets it done for the mids. Good attempt by Lum trying to go down and get it, but could not. Kimberly Lynch in for the mids. She'll serve here. For Renese Lum, sets up Strong. Solis was there for the answer. And outside off the block. Avery Stoll with her 9th of the match. Brings the mids within 14-11. Back set, Morris. Oh, what a dig by Lynch. To the outside, Scatoni. Good dig there by Butters. And a big hit from the outside by Strong. That's good volleyball going back and forth there. 15-11, Army with a 4-point lead. Ogilvy to serve. Solis waiting on it. Miles. And that's going to be a double hit on the set. 16-11. Parker Labrador is going to call his second timeout. Mids crept within 2, but the Black Knights have pushed it back out to 5. 16-11 Army here in set number 3. Back in 60 seconds on Stadium. 16-11 Black Knights by 5 here in set number 3. Sets are tied up at 1 apiece. Maybe crowd trying to get him back in it. Here is Ogilvy ready to serve for the Black Knights. Members of the Corps Cadets behind her to the left. Miles, cross court, Scatoni, dinks it over the front line, beautifully done. Barnhorst and Morris rose high for the block, and Scatoni went finesse. Dinked it right over their head to make it 16-12. Side out to Navy, Solis will serve. And again, the wet spots continue to be an issue here. Now Army with a couple on their side that they're cleaning up. Solis to serve. Great atmosphere here tonight at Wesley Brown. Two great institutions. Morris coming out of nowhere. Beautiful setup by Army, but the mids were waiting. Here's Scatoni again. Powered at the net, and it's going to be in. Off the block and in. Barnhorst with the block. Her first of the match, 6th for Army overall. Morris will serve. That one went sideways off a Lynch. And an ace for Sydney Morris to make it an 18-12 Army lead here in set number 3. Army won the first matchup this year in 5 up at West Point. Back set, Stoll blocked at the net. Presley off the block, dig by Lynch. Stoll. Good job by Butters to get there. Presley set strong down the line. Lynch is there. Miles to the outside. Scatoni down the line. Morris got 2 hands on that. Strong to the cross court. And an error at the net by Navy. 19-12 Army in control here in set number 3. Sydney Morris to serve. Right down the middle. Lynch is there. Miles, short ball, Selbach. Saved by Ogilvy. What a dig. Morris to the outside. Miles, back set, Stoll. Avery comes cross court. Presley was there. Butters bumps it up to Strong. Cross court, Lynch is there. Miles, back set, Stoll. Off the block. Finds the court. Side out back to Navy. LaPlaca comes on. 19-13 Army here in set number 3. The mids have a rally in them. LaPlaca strong there. Presley back set. Barnhorst is blocked at the net. Selbach and Scatoni were there. Selbach gets credit for it. 19-14, LaPlaca serve. Outside for Strong. Look at Solis, somehow got it. Kept it inside the post. Ogilvy bumps behind her to Strong. Blocked at the net. Stays on the Navy side. And a point to the Black Knights. Side out. Back to Army. Courtney Horace comes back on. Back to the front line for the Black Knights. Strong will serve. Down the line, Lynch. Scatoni off the block. Strong is there. Presley to the outside. Courtney Horace played by the mids. They tipped it at the net, so Lynch had to play that. Scatoni off the block deflection. Presley gets it up in the air. Ogilvy gets it over. Scatoni. Miles takes it short. Ogilvy there. To the outside. Eckford and Horace have been delicious at the front of the net over the last 2 sets, and Courtney Horace gets that one. Her 10th of the night to tie Avery Stoll for match high honors. Courtney Horace, senior out of Easton, PA, the home of the great Larry Holmes. Miles keeps it alive for Scatoni off the block. Side out to Navy, and Maddie will have the serve here. 21-15. Scatoni, way too much on that. She was trying to get it toward the back corner, and the service error makes it 22-15. It'll be Barnhorst. Scatoni to Miles. Down the line and in for Montag. 7th of the night for Amanda in 13 attacks. She's got 5 digs and an assist. Gray comes in. Selbach goes out. Taylor, sophomore out of Huntington Beach, California. Mids touch it. Micah Eckford with her 10th of the night. Junior out of Mentor, Ohio. Presley now, with Army needing 2 more points for a set 3. And we get a whistle. Army with a blocking error in the net. 23-17. Paige Miles to serve. Senior out of Oklahoma City. Long back set, Eckford, and that's out. Scatani at the last minute pulled that left arm out of the way and let it go. 23-18, maybe trying to play their way back in it here. Miles. And a service ace at a great time for Paige to make it a 23-19 Army lead. Black Knights hitting at 30% based on their play in the second and third sets. Mids down at 20%. Miles with Navy's 6th service ace of the night. Mids trying to climb back in, down 23-19. Lum hustles to get it over. Morris, Miles, back set, Stoll. Strong right there. Ogilvy, 2-hand bump. Horace for a dink. Stoll reaches back to get it. Short ball, Eckford blocked at the net by Ruby. 2-hand bump goes over. Scatoni to the front for Miles, to the outside, and a winner for Montag. Her 8th kill makes it 23-20, and Army will take time. Mids trying to rally back here in set number 3. 23-20 Army, back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Back here at Wesley Brown Fieldhouse in Annapolis. Navy on a 4-0 scoring run have closed to within 23-20. Miles. On back set, and look at that thunder from Eckford. She's been there all match, hitting at 56%. She's now got 11 kills in the match, and it's a set point for Army. Butters. The outside, Stoll, blocked. Strong is there. Coming backwards, Morris. And she pounds it right at Montag and can't get it. Sydney Morris closes out set number 3. Army leading it now 2-1. We go to the 4th. Coming up on Stadium. Back here in Annapolis, Army and Navy now to a 4th set. Black Knights have won sets 2 and 3, now to go up 2-1. Checking the lineup here for each side before we get set with set number 4. At stake, 3rd place in the Patriot League standings behind the 2 front runners, Colgate and American, who are 9-1 overall. The Eagles, who got knocked off the perch last year, trying to fly right back to the top of it. They beat Colgate today, handing the Raiders their first loss. So big stakes here. Winner in 3rd place. Mids start off this 4th set. Morris blocked at the net. Navy's blocking game hasn't been sharp tonight, and that time it comes through to get them the opening point of this 4th set. It's just the 5th block of the night. 3rd of the match for Sophia Ruby. Good deep serve for the Mids from the outside. Morris blocked at the net by Montag. Eckford to the back line. That's a double hit. Amelie definitely incensed by the call. She's just waving off the chair umpire. The floor umpire comes over to try to get her to back up. Not liking the call one bit. 2-0 Navy. That's going to be a service ace. Nicely done by Paige Miles. Seventh ace of the night. Make it 8 for Navy. Miles to the corner. Lum, short ball, Eckford. Solis and Montag dig it out. Scatoni gets it over. Lum, short ball again for Eckford, and that one goes out. So after watching Army dominate essentially 2 straight sets, the Mids off to a 4-0 run to start set number 4. They went 5 at West Point. The Mids are hoping this goes 5, at least here tonight. Miles, another good hard serve. Lum, strong, looking for the cavity. Solis bumps it over. Stoll's ball is answered by Lum. Ogilvy, 2-hand bump for Morris. Blocked at the net by Navy, but it goes out. Side out to the Black Knights. 4-1. Ogilvy to serve. Stoll, a cross-court bullet that Ogilvy has. Strong reads it and comes to get it up front for Army. Short ball, and we're going to get a whistle and a net violation by Army in the block. In the net. 5-1, Navy to start this 4th. And a service error by Montag as she sends it into the net. Five 5-2 Navy. Morris serving. To the outside, Scatoni. Blocked, but off the deflection goes out. Side out back to the Mids. 6-2 here for Navy. Scatoni and Stoll with 10 kills apiece now for the Mids. Solis to serve. Morris. Selbach got a hand on it, but it went sideways. Nobody there for the Mids. Side out to the Black Knights. And a 6-3 Navy lead. Strong to serve, waiting for them to clean up the wet spot. The far side, Scatoni. Yes. Maddie with her 11th. 7-3, Navy by 4. Blacka in to serve for the Mids on the substitution. And she serves it out. Service error. Sends it right back to the Black Knights on the side out. It'll be Barnhorst to pick up the service here for the Black Knights. 7-4 Navy, set 4. Army leading 2-1. To the outside, Scatoni. Black Knights scramble. Horace. Blocked at the net by Eckford. Back set Scatoni. Well done by Barnhorst. Low ball, Eckford. Block, sits on the tape. Selbach is there. Miles comes to get it. Scatoni off the tape, and it stays in. Maddie Scatoni off the top of the net and went sideways and perilously came down before going out of bounds. 8-4, Navy on top. Scatoni wipes up a wet spot over in the far. They have had a ton of issues with wet spots on the floor here tonight. Crowd too big. Referees constantly having to move people. This place is busting at the seams. Scatoni. Great sneak attack again by Presley. Anna Presley, well-timed move again, her 3rd of the night. 8-5 Navy. Blocker there on the back. Here's Montag with a big windup and a block at the net by Eckford. They're going to give it to Morris. Looked like it was Eckford up at the top of the net. And Morris, the announced credit. Either way, block number 7 by the Black Knights. Miles for Selbach. Ogilvy, though, read it, was there. Short ball, nicely done by Eckford. That ball wasn't necessarily, even for a short set, was not the most well-placed ball. Eckford off the fingertips, though, found a way to make it work. Black Knights back within 1-8-7. And now, that's a service ace. The Mids can't return it. Michael Labrador trying to get his defense aligned here. 3-0, make it a 4-0 run by the Black Knights now to make it 8-8. The outside Montag, big wind up, and she got it off the block, out of bounds, off Army. Side out back to Navy in a 9-8 lead. Stops the 4-0 Army run. Taylor Gray to serve for the Mids. Down the line, Horace is there. They set up Eckford into the net. Side out to Army. (9-9) here in set number 4. Butters. Miles tries to take it herself, but she's blocked at the net. Eckford put the roof on that one. Her 5th block of the match for Monica Eckford. Came in with 64 on the year, second on the team to Barnhorst. Miles, short ball. Ruby answered. Eckford off the fingertips. The Mids can't save it. The block, it went down to dig. Couldn't get it. Michael Labrador needs a timeout. 11-9, Black Knights back on top by 2. Looking to win it here in set 4. Back in a moment on Stadium. 11-9 Army. Butters to serve here for the Black Knights. Mids led 8-4. 7 of 8 though by the Black Knights to regain the lead. Scatoni's ball played off the net. Can Solis get it over? She does. What a save by Solis. Here's Morris. She went for the dink and didn't get enough of it. Sydney Morris hasn't done much wrong over the last 2 sets. Just didn't get enough off the fingertips on that one. The side out back to Navy off the hitting error. Miles to serve. Here's Strong. Out there by the Mids. Sophia Ruby has become a wall up at the front for the Mids. She's got 4 blocks. Ruby had 44 on the year coming in, adds 4 more to her total. There's a service ace by Paige Miles. Navy regains the lead, 12-11. Mids on a 3-0 run. 9th service ace of the match by Navy here tonight. Miles. Lum to the outside. Morris has to adjust, gets off the top of the tape. To the outside, cross court. Montag off the block, and it's out. Point to Navy. 13-11. Navy by 2, and Army calls time. 4-0 run by the Mids puts them back on top by 2, back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Both teams with a timeout left here in set number 2. Navy re-rallying now for a 13-11 lead. To the outside, Morris, down the line, out, says the line judge. Good job here, Morris to the far corner, dug out by Paige Miles. Strong from the outside, finds the cavity on the back line. 14-12, Navy on the side out to the Black Knights with Ogilvie to serve. Scutani is there. Miles, good diving dig by Lum. Strong to the back corner off the deflection. Scutani trying to dig it out and can't. 14-13. Black Knights come back with 2 in a row. Here is Ogilvie. They're sideways, but Montag awaits. Stole off the block. Lum is there. Ogilvie, 2-hand bump in the air for Morris. Sydney Morris with kill number 13 to make it a 14-14 tie here in Annapolis. Ogilvie, a 3-0 serving run for Army. Miles to Montag. Ogilvie there to keep it alive. Lum, strong, and again, Navy gets caught with too many players up close to the net on that side. And Scutoni having to come from the middle of the back line to dive out to her right and can't get it to it in time. Army a 4-0 run and a 15-14 lead. We're back in 60 seconds. You're watching Patriot League Volleyball on Stadia. Army with 4 in a row to make it a 15-14 game. Ogilvie to serve, trying to keep the 4-0 run going for the Black Knights. Miles to the outside, stole! Avery stole with a massive point for the mids there to get back even at 15 as Army was trying to take control of the match. Leading 2-1. Lum, short ball, Barnhorse block, save, nice dig by Sailors. The Butters rather, and the diving attempt by Lum to keep it alive, and she can't get it. (16-15) as Navy bounces back on top. Down the middle, Butters is there. Morris on the outside, and we get a whistle. And a blocking violation. Side out back to Army to 16-all tie. If Army wins this set, they win the match and sweep Navy on the season. If the mids win this set, we go to a 5th. Miles, Scutoni, blocked. What a play by Miles. Ogilvie got a hand on it. Butters a diving attempt to keep it alive. The fact that Ogilvie got a piece of that to keep it alive off the Miles hit was impressive enough. 17-16, mids go back over top by 1 with Solis to serve. Miles to the outside, Scutoni! Behind Selbach, and she comes down with the hammer to make it 18-16. Maddie Scutoni, 13 kills to lead the mids. Coming up large with her team needing her in this 4th set, down 2-1. Trying to force a 5th set here in Annapolis. Strong, bangs it into the Navy bench. Allie Strong going up rather strongly for that. Hits it into the Navy bench, 19-16, Navy by 3. Solis continues to serve, 3-0 run by Navy. And that one is out. Big wind up by Barnhorst. Army will call its 2nd timeout. Neither team with a timeout remaining now in set 4. 20-16, Navy. We're back in 60 seconds on Stadium. 20-16, Navy, set 4 here in Annapolis. Army up 2-1. Solis, mids on a 4-0 run. Back set, Barnhorst found it. Nicely done by Nikki Lum for her 22nd assist. I'm checking, Hannah Presley gets that. The two of them have combined for 44 on the night. Paige Miles, 35 for the Mids. Side out to the Black Knights. Good save there. Stoll gets it over. Barnhorst went for the short ball. Outside, Scatoni, cross court, blocked, and it goes out of bounds. Good thing Maddie got out of the way, because it came right back at her. Side out to Navy, and a 21-17 fourth set score. Stoll to serve. Off the Navy block. Point to the Black Knights on the side out, 21-18. Service ace for Barnhorst as LaPlaca can't play it. Barnhorst, their second of the night to make it 21-19. Scatoni, Strong is right there. To the outside, Horace, that's gonna go out. Side out to Navy. The attack error by the Black Knights. Navy up 22-19. Scatoni to serve. That ball comes over just off the top of the tape. Good reaction by Miles. Montag out. Cross court. Side out to Army. 22-20. Scatoni is there. Miles to the outside. Montag. Back set Morris. Dug out nicely by LaPlaca. And the ball at the net. Won by not sure what Paco Labrador is asking for here. There's going to be a substitution now. He's going to get Carter back in up front. 22-21. Navy on top. Sydney Morris credited with the last point for the Black Knights. Her 15th kill of the night. Miles back set. Carter! Side out to the Mids and a 23-21 lead. Neither team with a timeout remaining here in this fourth set. Carter goes out. Taylor Gray comes in. Crowd into it here in Annapolis, trying to get the Mids to a fourth set. Gray. Ball in the middle by Horace, and it goes long. 24-21, the attack error by the Black Knights. (24-21). Horace blocked at the net. Blacka up front to Miles. To Scatoni in the middle. Ogilvie, two-hand bump up for Morris. Blocked at the net. Salvaged by Ogilvie. And Army watches it fall. And we'll go to a fifth set. Ogilvie made a heck of a play to save it for the Black Knights. But then all six players for Army just helplessly watched it fall in the middle of the floor. And somehow the Mids have salvaged a fifth set in Annapolis. Hasn't been their best night so far, but wins in set 1 and set 4 by Navy sent us to a fifth set here in Annapolis. Coming up next on Stadium. Back in Annapolis, we go to a decisive fifth set. Why not? Two great programs laying it all on the line here tonight in Annapolis. Navy won the opening set 25-19. Black Knights 25-15, 25-20 in sets 2 and 3. The Mids 25-21 in set 4 to get us to a fifth set. We go to 15. Maddie Scatoni showing the way for the Mids in this match so far with 14 kills. Sydney Morris with 15. Sister Jess, a coach at high school. She was playing. They got another one in the pipeline in the Morris family down there. A brother who's a good athlete. That's what this is all about on the big stage here in Annapolis tonight. Been a lot of fun. We called football this afternoon. Navy beating Tulane 41-38. Bijan Nichols with a 48-yard field goal at the buzzer for Navy to win it. Now volleyball trying to get a win over Army. Moving to third place in the Patriot League standings. We're underway. Set 5 in Annapolis. Scatoni off the block. Now the Mids will get the side out in the opening point here in this fifth set. Solis will serve. Strong. Solis somehow got it. That was ticketed for the back corner. Scatoni went for the finesse, and Lum is there. Here's Morris. Stole. Avery Stoll puts the Mids up 2-0 here in set 5. Morris goes right hand, blocked by Scatoni. They're going to say blocking error Navy and give the point to Army. Steve Horinsky, the floor referee, coming over to explain the call to Paco Labrador. (2-1) Navy. Side out to the Black Knights with Ogilvie to serve. Miles, back set, Stoll. Good save, but the third hit off the deflection. Black Knights nearly dug it out, but Avery Stoll with a couple of big points here in this third set for the Mids. 3-1 now. Navy on top. LaPlaca to serve. Lum, cross-court two-hand bump for Strong, and she's too strong on the hit. 4-1, Navy off to the solid start here in set 5. After Army really dominated the better in play in sets 2 and 3, the Mids salvaged set 4, and now leading here in set 5, 4-1. To the back corner, Strong. Love, back set, Morris comes flying through with that wicked left hand. 4-2 now, the Navy lead, the side out. Morris will serve here for the Black Knights. Down the line, Miles comes up for Scatoni. Maddie, Ogilvie digs it out. It goes over. LaPlaca plays it to Miles. To the outside, Scatoni! The junior out of Pittsburgh and Baldwin High. Been battling ankle soreness in that right ankle, but she is flying high right now for the Mids in this fifth set. Navy up 5-2. Here's Strong, looking for the cavity. Miles, short ball, Carter, blocked. Carter gets it up, Scatoni pushes it over. Presley for the sneak attack, answered by Carter at the net. LaPlaca, who's about a foot shorter, comes jumping up into her arms in celebration. And Army's gonna call a timeout, I believe, here. And they will. 6-2 Navy here in the 5th set. Timeout Army. Back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Back in Annapolis. Mids leading at 6-2 here in set number 5. 5th and decisive set. We played at 15. You got to win by 2. Scatoni. To the outside. Strong. And it is off the block and out of bounds. Side out to the Black Knights as Allie Strong comes up with a big play for the Black Knights. Take the ball back at a point. Mids let it go when it's out. Service error by Strong. Taylor Gray in to serve here for the Maids. The outside, Horace. LaPlaca was there. Montag blocked. LaPlaca plays it. Miles short ball. Ruby! 8-3. We'll switch sides here in Annapolis in set number 5. Mids now on the right, Army on the left. The outside, Horace. LaPlaca's there, Scatoni calls it. This has to go over. Montag gets it done. Short ball, blocked at the net. It goes over, but it is outside the post. And a point to the Mids. The waves of momentum in this match have been unbelievable. Alma Kavasi leads, won 65% of her matches coming into this season at Army. Is going to put play on pause here. Her team was so good through sets 2 and 3 and has watched Army now in set 4 and early in set 5 run out to a 9-3 lead here. 2002 Temple native, two-time Atlantic 10 most valuable player when she was a player, trying to implore her troops to get back in it now. Meanwhile, Paco Labrador's team has grabbed the momentum. They've got a great chance here. If they close this out, they'll be in 3rd place in the Patriot League. Co-leaders Colgate and American up top. American a 3-set winner today against the Raiders, handing Colgate its first loss of the season. Been a reasonably good day on the yard. Navy women's soccer wraps up the regular season championship. Congratulations to Karen Gabera and her team. So good defensively all year. Another clean sheet for Sydney Fortson in a 1-0 win today over BU. Men's soccer losing a heartbreaker in double overtime up in Boston today. Football a winner, 41-38 over Tulane. Bowl eligible for the 15th time in 17 years. Kenya Matalolo's club, a little blip on the radar screen, a little speed bump last year, but back in a bowl game this year. That's going to go out in a service error on Taylor Gray. That's going to get Mel Carter back into the game. Emily Solis back in as well. Actually, it's going to be Solis coming in and not Carter. She'll go back out. 9-4 the Navy lead. Barnhorst to serve. The block is there. Miles to Montag. Off the block. That ball goes out. Navy makes it 10-4. Navy up 10-4. 5th set Goes to 15. Miles to serve. Trying to hook up Eckford. Solis is there. Montag will bump it over to the far side. Here's Horace off the deflection. Navy has it with Solis. Miles back, set, stole, blocked by Army. Eckford with the block to make it a 10-5 match. Eckford with her 5th block of the day. That ball goes over, and a 2-hand dunk by Eckford that time. Paco Labrador will call a timeout. Timeout here in Annapolis, 5th set. Navy 10, Army 6. We're back in 60 seconds on Stadium. Here we go. Back in Annapolis, 10-6, mids on top. Back set Montag, blocked at the net, it goes out of bounds. Amanda Montag with her 12th kill of the night. Deep serve, Strong plays it, back serve for Eckford. Wow, look at that rocket from the right arm. Monica Eckford, her 16th kill of the match. Side out to the Black Knights with Navy leading 11-7. Miles sets up Scatoni. And the Black Knights can't dig it out. The reigning Patriot League Tournament MVP. Coming up large here with her 17th winner of the night. 12-7 Navy. Army has used both of its timeouts. Navy has one remaining if necessary. Mids leading 12-7. Solis to serve. Off the tape. Dug out by Ogilvie. Here's Strong. Off the deflection. Saved. How about that? Two-hand push by Stoll. Lum, short ball. Eckford in. Good scrambling by both teams. Diving play by Kimberly Lynch for Navy to keep that point alive. But Eckford, who's been terrific for Army. She and Morris answering Scatani's 17 each. Miles for Scatoni. Blocked. Barnhorst. I'm going to call Morris on the block. Looked like may have been Barnhorst. Either way, we've got a timeout on the court. Side out to the Black Knights when we return. Navy leading it here by a score of 12-9. Back in a moment on Stadium. Neither team with a timeout remaining now. 12-9, Navy here in the 5th set. Scatoni. Job by Butters to keep it alive. Here's Strong down the line. Lynch is there. Miles back set. Stoll off the block. Dougie Rao on the PA. You can hear him getting excited. Mids 2 points away from a 5th set win here in Annapolis. Coming from 2 sets to 1 down. LaPlaca got the top of the tape. Great dig by Strong. Morris keeping her team alive. Paco Labrador just punched it as it was coming toward. Oh, Sydney Morris. Here's Morris to serve. Line drive serve taken by Lynch. Outside, down the line, winner by Carter for the Mids. Paco Labrador trying to get the crowd to stand and rise here in Annapolis. Match point for the Mids. We'll let the crowd tell you what happens here. Scatoni to serve. Match point for Navy. Barnhorst says we're not ready to leave yet. Tell you, I got the best job on planet Earth, man. Calling football earlier today, and now this incredible match here, 14-11. Navy by 3, still a match point for the Mids. Strong to serve. Kept alive by the Black Knights. They scramble. Ogilvy got it over. Miles. Montag. Blocked! Presley keeps the Army hopes alive. (14-12). The Mids still with a match point. Miles sets up Scatoni. Ogilvy is there. To the outside. Horace. Mids got a piece of it. Solis gets it up. This has to go over. Scatoni. Outside Horace. Out! Navy wins it in 5. After Army took the first matchup between these two sides in 5 sets at West Point, the Mids down 2-1, wavering to say the least. They come up with a big 4th set and an even bigger 5th set as Navy wins it here in 5 by a count of 15-12. Another great Army-Navy matchup. And these two incredible teams give us great theater here again tonight. The Mids win it in 5 sets tonight here in Annapolis. From Matt McMahon and all of our technical crew, I'm Pete Medhurst. Good night on Stadium.